Hey guys, and welcome to another vlog of Blue's Craft Corner. I have already started continuing the hexagon cardigan, so the next few seconds of the video are the, I guess, I would say 2 hours of last night, and then I will show you progress, and then we'll just continue on today. Yeah, because why not? So, sorry about the lighting, but essentially what I've got done is this. So, this is what it looks like at the moment, especially of the fact of it would sit like this, but I like them a little bit more loose, so it's going to end up essentially being off the shoulder, maybe, I don't know. And we just need to, for this section to be done, we just need to continue with the sleeve, which will be done in grey. I should have put a stitch marker because this is not correct. Which will be done in grey for one row, and then we're just going to continue doing the 2 rows and then the ribbing, which will be fun. So just so I don't lose it anymore, this is what it looks like currently. What I'm planning to do is lengthen this a bit more so that it's longer, even though I actually don't mind how this sits at the moment. I just feel like it's too short, but yeah. Hi. So as you can see, new area, and it has been about 2 weeks since I started making this video, and I just have not continued ever since the last clip. But I didn't want to just end it there. I wanted to at least finish the cardigan, which I did do. I finished the cardigan a while ago, to be honest, but with how little clips I had, I didn't want to just finish the cardigan, do a picture, a voiceover, and then just leave it there. So we have the cardigan, which, to be fair, is actually a lot comfier than I thought it would be. It's a little bit longer than it was in the last clip, and that is just because I added some length and I did 1 single crochet round around the border instead of 3 like I did up at the sleeves, and that is just because I wanted to conserve the amount of yarn I had. So the rule was, if I got round the whole of the cardigan, which I did, and I was still on the skein I was using, I would not try and continue because it would not be enough to do 3 and how I would have to knock out a new skein. However, I did not want to do that because I don't know how much yarn it's going to take. To be fair, in hindsight, I overestimated how much yarn it was going to take to make this, so I have 3 skeins of each out of my original 5. But we still need to make something special for this girl, and she is going to get a matching cardigan. Not entirely matching, I'm going to switch the tones over, so it's going to start in purple, then go up to grey. But yeah, she's going to get a matching. Another reason why I haven't really been doing this is because I was doing a different project which failed on me but looks kind of funny on something else. I was trying to do a cat beanie, which is a new... We're just going to ignore that. It's light from the window. But anyway, I kind of tried to do a cat beanie and didn't measure at all the width of the hat. So when trying to make the hat, I made it too wide. Instead of it being 10 inches, it ended up being 15 wide. And then after I realised that, I realised it's just too big for my head. So I made a decision to change midway, and it was a complete mistake because I may have accidentally been a little bit too impatient. But this is red, and I decided to just make it a regular beanie, and then when I tried it, it didn't fit on my head. So I decided to put it on red and just make it look like an oversized beanie on him, because this did not fit around my head. But so now this is Red's beanie, and out of the yarn I could probably make another smaller skein and wrap it with the skein that I already have. I might include this at the end of this video, like the skein wrapping of it. We don't know, but look at how gorgeous he looks. When I finished this about 10 minutes ago before filming this, and yeah, it really does not fit me. But the next project on my to-do list is her cardigan, and to be honest, because of the fact it's going to be a lot smaller, it shouldn't be an issue. I only think it's going to be like 3 out, so it'll be 6 rows on either side. I don't know, we'll find out. But yeah, so to be fair, I did just pull this down by accident. I didn't mean to directly pull this down. This is the wrong side, I can tell just from the tug. Takes me a while to find it, even though I literally just saw it. It's there. But no, now I have about an hour until I have to go do something, because I am now at uni, so expect very weird timed videos because burnout and everything like that. And I understand my videos are already, and my Twitch streams are very outpaced, but I might do more Twitch in the future, like just chatting ones, maybe late at night, or maybe just whenever I can. But no, I like the progress this has made. There are obviously some few like tags from where the yarn has either split or there was a factory knot in the skeins, because these skeins are prone to them, but they're not like huge ones that cause an issue. I just leave them in there and I just crochet over them because it's harder for me to undo it, retie it, and then continue. So I do leave factory knots. There is one somewhere in here that did just end up being really annoying, but I don't actually know. I think it's like closer to the, aha, there it is. Yeah, here is why this is the back of the cardigan. I just decided I'd put it at the back, but no, this is the best cardigan I think I have ever made so far. And to be fair, I did stick like a lot. I did stick a lot more to pattern this time than I did the other times. In future, that is going to be closed more often. I thought I would just show you the more natural video process than just a bunch of clips. But yeah, so now I'm gonna get started on the little madam's cardigan and we will see where I end up. I will probably like input a picture before I have to leave, but yeah, we'll see where we end up and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye. I realised that the last few clips are gonna look really weird, and that is because I started filming portrait rather than landscape, so that's why it looks like I've just like shortened them, like the sides, and that is because to get it into the right aspect ratio I've had to like zoom. But currently we are at change 3 and I measured her arms so that I don't have to like keep trying to put it on her, and she is 3 inches and this is about 2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the next round and then I'm going to do one of grey and then attach it, same like I did on here. So her cardigan actually might end up aligning with mine in a slight similar way, of that mine connects on this grey line, and I'm starting to notice it looks more green on camera, but it is grey. Like, I do promise you that this is grey, not green, but that has been an argument speculated by my family whether this is grey or not. But yeah, like as you can see, this line here makes it look like a lot more green. But yeah, so I'm not gonna add any timescapes. I'm not gonna add any of them because I do need to start packing for a lecture. And I think I'm just gonna start on the editing process, or continue on the editing process. I just wanted to make this clip so that those other clips are explained. So it's been a few days, well not days, it's been like, yeah, no, it's been a few days since the last clip, but the last clip was the day that I did finish the cardigan and I just had no time to film. we have a cardigan. It's very weirdly shaped, a very weirdly shaped teddy bear. But we have I also realise I'm looking over here and not over here, but we finally have a cardigan for little Miss Helga. It doesn't fit her body like quite right, but that's because her body is not a normal human body, with like a little bit of a curve around, but it's fine. So the next clips are me winding up the yarn that was left over from the beanie, as well as some new yarn that I got for my birthday. These are already wound up, but I don't like them being wound like this, so I'm gonna wind them like the normal skeins that I use. I'm not gonna wind the grey and purple just yet, just because they aren't like this. They aren't like this much of a mess. And I'm winding these because I don't like this shape, as I've already said. So something that I have like just noticed is that this yarn is very much thicker than any of the other ones I've worked with, and I can tell just from the way that the skein is like bubbling up on here. So I'm actually gonna keep them in their like towel. I have no clue what like shape this is in their cylinders. I'm just gonna say that instead. I'm gonna keep them in their cylinders just because I do not trust that I'm gonna save space by using my yarn winder. But I did get one done of the pink, and this also includes the other pink skein that I had, so it's just like them to like, oh my god, them in the same skein, tied and then wrapped together. I don't quite know what I want to do yet. I keep seeing stuff about like spider web tops, and I want to do one of them, but I don't know who I would do it for, and I don't trust myself to do it to the right size for me, so I don't know. I might do one for me, I don't know. It just will be quite baggy with the way that I like tops. Seeing as it is September. With this yarn, I might try and like make it into a blanket of some kind, because it does feel like quite thick, so that it does feel like blanket type. I guess this is what happens when you order yarn off of Amazon just because it looks pretty, because I did not get to feel how weird this feels. But I think that will be all, and I am going to end the video here, and yeah, I want to know what thing you guys think I should make with this yarn. I have about 400 grams of it, so I actually don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I have 400 grams of this. And yeah, I also want to know what you guys think I should make out of the other yarns that I have, because I have a lot. I have about 600 left of, no, not 600, no, 300, just under 300 grams of the grey and purple from the cardigans. I have some blue left, and I also have some like miscellaneous colours, like obviously there's pink. I have a light purple, a maroon, and brown, and then 2 gradient colours. Oh, and sparkly white. So yeah, let's, I don't know, what should I make? Bye.